Hello everyone and welcome to another Brothers War draft, and unlike my previous draft, at least the pack one is amazing. Yeah, I think I'll just take the assembler. It is just when you are not white, you still have the 5 mana 4/5 vigilance that will grow itself for a fairly cheap cost, and then sometimes you have maybe some other assembly workers you can also pump, but it's a very good card. And when you are also white, you have the option to cast it for 2, and then you still have the pumping ability. It's pretty good. But of course, this pack also has an obliterating bolt, which is amazing and very happy. You are always very happy to first pick this card. It's just probably the best removal in the set. I think it is. But this can just take over the game sometimes. Of course, this format has a lot of removal, but this also dodges a lot of removal, so it's not gonna die always. So I'm gonna take that, but mostly because it's also a colorless card. You can play this in any deck. So I can take the bolt, and maybe if red is not open, I can still splash it. But splashing is still it requires picking some cards that enable the splash. Sometimes over cards you'd rather have in your deck. So this is a very safe pick in pack one, pick one, because you will always have this in your deck, because the 5 mana version of this card is totally, a good card, and you don't need to have access to white mana. Alright, so here. Well, okay, we continue with a weaker pack. There's nothing that is like amazing here. Even if I'm slightly preferred to draft white, there's nothing that's amazing white. I mean, the only white card is the survivor here, which is just bad. So no, I'm not gonna take a white card. I could take the wing commando. I think that the clear cutter can be good in certain decks. This can be good in certain decks. Wing commando is usually good regardless what. I mean, as long as you are blue, you're happy to run the wing commando. That's the idea. So I think I took the best card that doesn't require any particular synergy, because some other cards in there could have been better options to pick when you have a certain theme for your deck. But of course, after 2 picks, I won't be having any theme, so this is a safe pick in that sense, and the strongest pick in that sense. Now here the best card in the pack is the Junkyard Genius. Which of course doesn't work with the Wing Commando. It of course does work with the Assembler, because like I said, this is a 5 mana colorless card. You can consider it as such. And other good cards in the pack are the Opportunist, the World, and the Recruitment Officer. And here I'm actually thinking the Recruitment Officer is the next most interesting option after the Genius, and because it can now it not only can be played in the same deck as the Wing Commando, unlike the Genius. It actually also is white, which would make the assembler slightly better. So I'm gonna take it and hope that blue-white could be open. And then I'm gonna give it another Opportunist, which I think is slightly better than the Wing Commando. There's also the Evangel, but it of course doesn't go into the same deck as the Officer. So I think I'll just take the Wing Commando here, which is kind of putting me to blue-white, which I don't mind having. My previous draft was uh, very mediocre blue-white deck, but maybe this can be a little bit better. At least my first 4 picks are definitely better already than what I had in my previous draft. And I do remember it very well, because it was, I'm recording these back to back, so I just finished my previous draft that was, uploaded to my channel a couple of days ago. Alright, I'm gonna take the Wing Commando here. You could take the Evangel if you, because it is the better card than the Commando. But I think, given my earlier picks, I'm happy to keep with the blue-white plan here. And I can, okay, well, I think I'll just take the third Wing Commando, and this is gonna incentivize me to, have maybe some ground blockers, because this is a good flyer, but still opponent might, run you over using their ground guys. But I might have some defensive ground blockers, and also the prowess triggers mean that now I have a good reason to pick some non-creatures to make this Wing Commander deal more damage. So yeah, it's an easy pick here, and now I have some kind of a plan for the draft. Now I can still ignore the white, because I have basically the Recruitment Officer as my only white card, because this, it doesn't require white. But looking at this pack, for instance, what is their option? I mean, I could take the Gigs and Infiltrator, try to go to blue-black. There's not much sacrificing going on with the blue though, so the Infiltrator is a somewhat mediocre card in that sense. I don't like the Curate that much, but with triple Wing Commando, I think it makes sense. I'm gonna take the Curate. And okay, I can still continue with the blue-white. I don't actually mind the Engineer at all here. I think it's better than the Disenchant sideboard card. You could may take it, but I like the Engineer, especially because I do want to have some 2-drops here. And this actually does accelerate me into the assembler as well, so let's take it over, you know, the the machine over matter, and there's the Power Stone Fracture, which you could consider picking. It is slightly stronger than the Engineer, but I think I'm happy to draft the blue-white now that I do have also the Recruitment Officer here. Here I'm gonna take the Evolving Wilds over the Air Marshal here. I don't think this is a very good card. Agot's Pride is actually better than the Air Marshal, but I don't think I have any reason to move to green, even though I have this very good 2-drop as pick one, pack one, pick 8 here. But I always want to have access to Evolving Wilds to make my color base a little bit better, so I'm happy about that pick. Now, okay, they are decent black, there's a decent green, the white isn't good, the wings isn't that great when you have already 3 flyers, so I think I would take the Power Blade over the wings, and Power Blade can actually equip the Wing Commando quite cheaply. The question is, should I try to maybe consider if black is gonna be open? I'm actually not that interested in the Power Blade. I'm going to take the Thraxer Demon. If blue-black is going to be the open archetype, I should take the 2-drop from black now. And here I'm gonna take the Gigs and Infiltrator. I don't really like the Scatter Ray at all. Altar, maybe not. The Archaeologist does work in decks that have, you know, the Wing Commando, and I still am not interested in the wings here, so I'm going to take the Archaeologist now. Bulwark. Okay, the Bulwark is actually quite fine with the triple Wing Commando deck. Trendstalker I like, but I think that the Bulwark is maybe even better right now. Okay, none of this is... Well, I guess the Forged Chandra would be interesting if I am blue-red, but... What is the chance that I'm gonna move to red now? I'm just taking the uncommon. It's very unlikely that I'm gonna take a red card. I guess if I open a red Amazing Bum. But it's still, I mean, if that would be my second red card, assuming I took the 2-drop there, it would be very difficult to move to that. Alright, so I have another Obliterating Bolt I'm gonna be passing here. Well, this is very interesting. I mean, the best cards in the pack are the Bolt, Remorse. I guess then there's the Sentence versus Stoneseeker, which I think I usually like the Stoneseeker more. Let's say if I would be a white-red, I think I would pick the Stoneseeker over the Sentence quite often. But yeah, I would take the Obliterating Bolt if I would take a red card from this pack. Now the question is, am I going to pick an Overwhelming Remorse and follow up with the black plan here, or a Prison Sentence and follow up with the white plan? That's a really good question, because I think it comes down to these two. I guess I could take the Weakstone's Subjugation. Okay, I'm actually taking it because I know I'm gonna be blue, but I'm not sure about my second color. And this is not that much weaker than those other options. And here. World is good, but so is the Elite. Okay, so my black cards are only the 2-drops here, and I like the Recruitment Officer more than these 2-drops, and also I like the option to play this as a 2-mana card, so maybe I should slightly favor white over black, if there's not like a strong reason to do any other decision here. Math is of course very good as well, but I have no access to red mana at all. I'm gonna take the Elite, I believe, and try to see if the blue-white can still be you know, the deck to draft. Alright. Well, this pack has multiple interesting options, mostly like a Transpider, Take Flight, and the Machine over Matter. Why do I always say Mind over Matter? I think that is some kind of magic card. from the past, I think. Anyway, I would take the take flight over machine over matter. But do I want to have the transpider? I think not really. I'll take the take flight. I think it's just a very decent card. This does help the opponent a bit, and I'm not having that large quantity of artifacts, at least so far, that the 7 mana ability would be necessarily even that good. So let's take the 4 mana high impact card. Alright, so this comes down to taking the Loran or the disenchant for sideboard mostly. I don't see. Okay, there's the Power Stone Fracture, but I think I kind of moved to white blue still. I mean, these two black cards are not. They are 2-drops, but I have already some 2-drops here, so I don't think the Fracture is that good. I'm gonna cut the black now, and the decision is between the Disciple. Okay, but there's very few artifacts in the deck. I don't think that Formula 3-3 is what I want. I'm gonna actually take the Disenchant for the sideboard. It's a really decent sideboard card. Could be main decked as well. Spotter Thopter I like, but I do like the Soul Partition. This deck can use a 4-drop creature, definitely. And you know, of course, in a drawn-out game, this is an 8-drop, which is an amazing big flyer. And then, of course, a Scry 4 is a very strong effect at the stage in the game where you don't basically need any lands. So Scry 4 is you are able to scry all the lands to the bottom of the deck. It's gonna be great, but still, this is the more mana efficient play, and I'm gonna take that. Also works with a triple. Any cheap instant is very good with the Wing Commando, so I'm gonna take it. Another Evolving Wilds, Lora's Escape, Curate. I actually think I think these tricks are all fine, but I just like the deck improvement capability of the Evolving Wilds because it just makes my mana better, gives me better keepable hands. And yes, sometimes it slows down the curving out, but it's just much better to have, no color issues at all. Here, Bounce Bell, Supply Drop. Yeah, these are the options. I mean, I could take the Medic, Rebuff, Mine Worker, but the best options for me are definitely the Supply Drop and the Machine Over Matter. How many creatures I have? It's 9 and 4 non-creatures. Okay. I'm actually gonna take the Bounce Spell here. I like the pump effect, but the bounce is good when you have a lot of flyers. You are interested in buying time with these flyers. And here I'm gonna take the 4th Wing Commando over the Chapline, but you could take either of those. I think I like the more aggressive card first, more in this deck, because this is more often just a 3 mana 1/1 getting your card. This is a more aggressive way to finish off the games. Recommission is actually very good with the Wing Commandos. 2 mana 3/3 flyer with prowess is good, and these are gonna die here. Also, it's very good with the elite. So yeah, I'm happy to take the recommission. The Aeronaut Wings won't be good in this deck because of this high number of flyers that I already have here. Now I can take the Power Blade. I don't think I have yet one. Nope. Let's take it. And Firebomb, Dig-Site. I guess I could play the Dig-Site with double Evolving Wilds. No, it's a thing I can do. Let's do it. And the Adept. That's just so bad. I'm gonna take the uncommon. I'm not gonna play a 4 mana 3/3 that might pick up a counter at some point. Also, 1 Power Blade is enough. Let's take the uncommon. And there's the useless card there. Okay, come on. Pack 3, pick 1. Well, I don't get anything that's amazingly strong here. The best cards are the Explosion, Mask, Genius, but none of them fit my deck. But I do have good options here. Do I need a 2-drop or do I take a 5th Commando? 1, 2, 3 2-drops. I don't like the Vanguard in this deck because I have so few artifacts. It's just gonna be a 2/2 Vigilance. I would like the Ambush Paratrooper more. Now, Given the amount of 3-drops I have, I think I shouldn't take this. I'm gonna take the Paratrooper. I'm running out of time here. I take the Paratrooper because it's a 2-drop for curve reasons. Scrapwork cohort, well, that's an easy pick. It's always gonna be a good card. And actually, I don't mind having access to a 4-drop here. That's, you know, high quality, which this is. Yeah, not a hard decision at all. Here, third evolving wilds. Hey, how many evolving wilds? Sorry, how many excavation explosions are passed to me? I don't like it when I'm not red. I do like it when I get like a pick 9 explosion when I am red, because I have seen those happen. Okay, so levitating statue. I don't have a lot of non-creatures. It might not be a statue deck. I actually, you know, I'm gonna take the evolving wilds. I am gonna play the dig side, so definitely this colorless mana addition won't be such a big deal when you have 3 evolving wilds. I don't think I have enough non-creatures for the statue. Here, am I gonna take a curate here? 12 creatures, 7 non-creatures. I still need creatures, but I'm not sure about the chaplain. This is a 2-drop in this deck because I will have access to white on turn 2, ideally, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. Okay. Is the chaplain? Chaplain can pick me. Yeah, I don't think the curate is that good. I'm gonna take the chaplain instead. Yeah, it was a hard pick, I guess. I mean, because both of them are like cards I don't really need in my deck, but I have to take something. I can take a chromatic star here. It's pretty decent with the prowess things. Yep, it's gonna be better than something like a retrieval agent. Scatter ray I don't really like at all. This is the wrong scrapwork thing. If this was the cohort, I would obviously take it in a heartbeat. Yep, chromatic star, fine. Another recommission, there's a Mutt, Escape, Bounce Spell. I don't think I need a second Machine of a Matter. I could take the Escape, it's also very good with the Wing Commandos. But the recommission is really good too. I actually am going to take the recommission here this time. Nothing here is interesting. I take the Talisman if I need to, you know, sideboard it in against some very aggressive deck against which I don't actually care about the life gain. Maybe, like, small chance. Supply drop the pike. 5 instants and sorceries means that the pike isn't gonna be that good. I don't know if I care about these others too much either though. Nah, I'm gonna take 20 gems here. And another disenchant for the sideboard, or 20 gems. I guess there's an amulet too. That wasn't what I wanted to press. This is gonna be a 16 land deck for sure. I have 4 lands. I need 2 more playables, but I still think that when disenchant is good, it's very good. There's a junkyard genius still there though. That's really crazy. Okay, lantern is good pick up here. And here I will just take 20 gems. I don't care about the desynchronize. None of this matter. I'll take the uncommon. I guess I still need 1 playable if I play, you know, 16 lands, but I can put something. For example, the Veteran's Power Blade. I can easily main deck it. I have 8 soldiers and you can even equip non-soldiers with it. I guess I'll take here still the Scatter Ray. I might want to, you know, sideboard it in, even though I don't like the card in general. I think the Power Blade is gonna go to the deck like this. Uncommon, unplayable. Okay, so is the power? Yeah, no. I already had 1 Power Blade, so I don't think I wanna play 2 of them. And let's cut the lands, and I think it's gonna be a 16 land. Just look at the mana curve. I basically have 2 4 mana cards. Everything else is castable at less than 4. And I have a lot of, you know, mana fixing, so I can even play 16 lands with the dig site because of the triple evolving wilds. Yep. So I am going to play 1 more card. So currently it's 3 instants and 2 sorceries. That makes the pike not so good. Even though the first rank is decent ability to give to a creature, you want this thing to kind of quite often you want this to be able to give at least +2/+0 and first rank to make it an actual good card. And in this deck it of course won't be happening that often because I have only 5 total of cards that enhance it. Symmetry Matrix. I don't. Well, let's not be too hasty. Creature with power equal to its toughness enters the battlefield. Well, I have here 13 creatures. How many of them, satisfy the condition? Cohort does, come with a 1/1 token, so that actually is 1. These work 5, 6, 7, 8 if I prototype it. I usually have an island, so that's 9. Okay, so 9 out of 13. Yeah, I don't think it's worth a 4-mana artifact. At least not in the main deck, maybe in a slower matchup. But I won't be playing 17 lands in this deck, the curve is just so low. So I can play a main deck Disenchant, I can play, I guess even a main deck Union, because 3-mana draw a card might not be so bad with the wing commandos I have here, but it's quite bad. I guess I could play the Scatter Ray. I don't like it at all though. I'm gonna play one main deck Disenchant. I mean, most decks have at least some targets, and if the opponent really doesn't have any targets, then I can just cut it and play a Scatter Ray, another Power Blade, whatever. But main decking one isn't a bad idea, and I can definitely see matchups where I main deck. I sideboard in the other copy as well. So this is it. 24 cards, and I will put all the Evolving Wilds and the dig side. That leaves me probably a 6/6. Well, I have 9 white cards, 9 blue cards. Well, this is a white card if I want to prototype it, but very easy 6/6 basics. And with the triple Evolving Wilds, it's still kind of like 9/9 with the dig side. So I like my mana base at least. Let's put some Godzilla lands. I don't remember using those in a while, so let's take them. Alright, so that's the main deck. That's definitely, I'm gonna say already that this is definitely a better deck than I had in the previous draft, but hopefully I can also win more than one match. Okay, that's a fine hand. I can use the star to play one blue card here. I have it 1-drop and yeah, this is fine. Opponent is wow. Again, round 1 60 card deck runner who mulliganed to 5, by the way. Well, this is traditional draft for you. If you play premier drafts, and I say this often, but I assume that sometimes people who don't follow all my I assume and I hope that people who haven't seen some of my earlier videos also are watching my videos, so I often say that, but it bears repeating that in traditional draft there's no ranked based matchmaking, so sometimes you get actually, I mean, this person thinks that they must run 60 cards in a limited deck, of course, and they gain 1 life here. I mean, as you can see, they are just, I mean, this is just a little bit sad actually, but what can you do? They of course should run only 40 cards, and then they shouldn't play a Fog of 4 in the deck, and they shouldn't have cast this card in there. Okay, I'm not gonna even sideboard, I'm just gonna put this thing, but yeah. Sometimes in traditional drafts it's actually very sad in the sense that traditional draft is the most cutthroat event in terms of I mean, out of those standard events that are always available, it's the most cutthroat in terms of the price structure, and so you really want to be a very good drafter when you join a traditional draft. And now this person here is sadly playing a 60 card deck and playing very questionable cards. But what can I do? I mean, that's now they are my opponent right now. At least I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I guess I could keep it because of the Soul Guide Lantern drawing me a card. This is a blue 2-drop, but this doesn't even find me a land. I'm gonna mulligan this. This is much better. I can get rid of the extra planes here. I have 3 lands anyway. But yeah, who knows? Maybe they will win the match. But of course, yeah, they still have 60 cards decks. So I think they have handicapped themselves quite a lot. But they have a curve here. I think I will actually just block that thing with the paratrooper. Yeah. Oh, they might still have a trick to make it so that this Anagat survives, but Skull Flare. Well, I can log it down with the subjugation, so it's fine. I mean, even if they have 1 creature in the graveyard. Of course, it only does its thing when there are 3, but I'm not gonna take 3 damage and attack for 1 myself. Okay, the archaeologist I can... yeah, I'm gonna play it right now. Chromatic Star, I think I'll take the star here rather than make this. So the question is, do I want to have the star or make this into a 1/4? I think then BO3 is totally fine here. I can still actually, make it into a 1/3 flyer with the take flight that draws me cards. And I can even enhance its power more with the power blade. Okay, so I might actually... Take flight isn't so good anymore because they have the recluse. Just gonna draw the card here. Let's play the Wing Commando. No attacks, obviously. Yeah, this doesn't have a defender because it also could have 1 power. Wellspring. I can trade my Commando with the Recluse. Of course, next time I can just play like a Power Blade. Make this into 3/3. The other option is to subjugate it if I draw a land, but I think I might need to subjugate this guy because this will be picking some counters at some point, maybe. Okay, so they have an Ivory Tower which doesn't do anything because they would have to have at least 5 cards in their hand. Okay, they're gonna go for the race. Curate. Well, now that I can just play my Commando, I'll do that. Attack for 2 in the air. Yeah. X-4. That means that you would have to have at least 5 cards in your hand during your upkeep to gain a single life point. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-creatures in my hand, so the Wing Commanders are going to get some nice boosts, but of course the opponent is also dealing some damage to me, but I guess I'm not worried. I can Machine Over Matter the guy's curses, which I probably will... Or will I? Wait a minute. So if I do the take flight on the archaeologist, this will be 3 3s. I will deal 7 damage, but I will take 1, 5, 9. No, that's way too risky. So I'm gonna bounce the cursor here. I think. Yeah, I have only 1 blue mana though. I can't play 2 blue. Oh man, I can only play 1 blue spell, and that all my spells are blue except for the Power Blade. Oh, so what is the plan here? I guess I can... Okay, I have a plan here. I'm gonna play the Power Blade just to trigger this prowess here, and I'm gonna subjugate the Recluse here. Then I can bounce, get another prowess trigger here. And then I can, you know, bounce the gas curses on the next turn. Because of course I do have all these, you know, non-creatures that will pump these a lot. And of course I can equip the Commandos with only one white mana, which I do have available. So they can now attack. Okay, they can make the Wellspring into 4/4. I'm not dying now. Am I winning on the next turn though? With the Power Blade? Well, I don't need to jump block the 1/4/4. I don't know why they didn't attack with the Courser here. That actually makes no sense for them. I mean, to not attack with the Courser. I should be at 8 now. This can't block my flyers. Unless they have... No, I don't understand. Alright, with the island I think I have to win now. I mean, it's easy because the Power Blade, I can play 2 of these spells and... let's start with this thing. Yeah, this is gonna be a lethal attack. They have the drum, so they have, you know, one... They have one mana available, but I don't think 1 mana can do anything for them. There's exactly 10 in the air. So, yep. Well, that's the power of these prowess flyers. This is so much better than a regular, you know, Windrake. Windrake is actually in modern limited not that great of a stat line, but then again they don't really print a vanilla, well, French vanilla flyers that, you know, that 2/2 for 3 that has flying. They if they do that kind of a creature, it has some other ability. For example, a prowess. Streets of New Capen had a 2/2 for 3 that has an activated ability that can give the creature lifelink, for instance. But yeah, this Wing Commander is actually good 3 mana 2/2 flyer because the prowess can be quite explosive as you saw. Yeah, this is amazing hand actually. I can cast all my spells. I have a 1-drop, 2-drop. Some interaction. Oh, that's a shame. But I guess the assembler was a good draw because now I can. Yeah, actually on the play my 1 mana 2/1 can't even attack. I mean, this is the only thing. I guess this figure and the children, sorry, the survivor of Callis are the 2 things that actually make it so that my officer cannot attack. Alright, well, I can, thanks to the soul partition, I think I can attack, even if they double block. Yeah, that would be fine for me. But they can't single block because I can boost this guy. And I think I'm gonna just kind of interested in... I could play the Power Stone Engineer, but it doesn't do anything against the Children of Callis. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to pump this guy, play the Star, play the Evolving Wilds. And now I have 3 white cards in my hand, so I should get the planes here. I don't think I have any double blue in the deck. Okay, at least this opponent has 40 card deck. Alright, Warlord's Elite. Am I going to soul partition it? Because this says exile the permanent for as long as that remains exiled. It's on way play the spell cast by an opponent this way costs 2 more to cast. So it will cost 5. And then they still have to tap 2 more artifacts, creatures or lands. But they can't, you know, tap stuff to pay for the cost of 2. So they will always have to use 5 mana on this and then still tap more things. So I think, especially because I now drew the land, I can play the partition there. Yeah, I'm actually not sure if I should play the engineer even. Because they have the children of coalition. I think I would rather actually... No, I wasn't supposed to do that, but I guess, whatever. I have to attack with this before, but I don't need to... I guess I wanted to see what I draw actually. So yeah, I can still attack with both of these. Pump the assembler with the one planes. Yeah, the 2-1 doesn't do much against the Corley, so let's attack and pump this guy. Yeah, it's fine. So now they really can't use the elite anytime soon. I have a flyer now. If they deal with the assembler, which of course can easily happen like that, I can then play my own elite, or maybe is it better than the... I think I like the 4-4 more, so I can do this and then have the engineer. Next turn the commando. Yeah, the Children of Corlys is also some magic card from some past, but yeah, the Survivors of Corlys is gonna do a nice job against my 2-1s here. Okay, so they can actually cast this now. If they use the 5 mana and tap both of their guys, but I wouldn't mind if they do that. The recruitment officer is gonna start, you know, finding me stuff. It costs 4 mana to activate. Okay, they have a cohort, which means that my elite can't really attack unless with the machine. No, I think it's better to just play the wing commando. Yeah, there's no rush. I mean, I'm the one who is winning this race anyway. Well, now they have a cavalry. I need another non-creature spell, which this is not. Well, I'm going to play the Chaplain, I guess. Well, there's no really an attack for me that makes any sense, so let's just keep it as is. There's gonna be a board stall. Well, maybe it's only a board stall until I find... Okay, they have multiple of these guys. This will affect my sideboarding for sure. I'm still not gonna sideboard out the FUS officer though, because it has a very good activated ability. Let's activate it and see what I have here. Another wing commando. Oh, there was a take flight too. Well, it's something I can't pick. Well, I'd still take the wing commando over the archaeologist, so this is fine. Because they have only one flyer currently. Well, they have 2 now, and they have the mana up. This is gonna be a challenging one, but okay, they're actually gonna raise me a bit, which kinda makes sense, I guess. This is a 5-3. I mean, I can attack back with quite a lot of damage, actually. Wonder if I should block the cohort. I could double block the ambush paratrooper because I really want to get rid of it. Yeah, okay, let's do like this. I think I can make... Yeah, but they have only 5. Yeah, they can't pump this and then cast some other spell. And I will still have the Machine of Matter if they have some weird, you know, trick available. They're actually killing the chaplain here. They ordered the blockers wrong. Red mana. Interesting. Bulwark. Alright. Okay, I have the Machine of Matter up, which makes me feel quite safe. I'm gonna win this race if they're gonna attack with the, you know, the cavalry, and they have no good attacks in the ground, on the ground, because of my 3/3 here. And they also need to have some blockers because I do have this 3 power haster here as an unearth guy. Recommission. Yeah, well, I guess I can bounce that, but I will not use bounce spells on their turn because I want to, of course, benefit from the prowess triggers. If I just can draw one of my many non-creature spells, but I can't. Then again, the opponent did attack with their cavalry, which means I can, you know, bounce the paratrooper attack for 6 here. And then they can recast it because it has flash. Then they can attack for 4+2 in the air at 6. I won't be dying. I won't be dying. And also can still use this. Maybe I should use this first. I'm gonna actually use the Evolving Wild first, just to thin my deck a little bit. Let's get an island here, I guess. So, because this costs only 1, I can use 1, 2, 3, and I don't know. This right now. The opponent will also get some information, but so will I. Wing Commando. So now I can go to attacks. And yep. Oh, if they have a Lora's Escape, I should not have gone to the attacks first. They can have a Lora's Escape. I guess they have only 1. Yeah, they have only 1 card in hand, but still they could have that thing. Oh well, it's too late now. Okay, I didn't get punished. So they go to 3 now, and that means they are gonna have to be very careful about the attacks they're gonna make. Unless they have something like well, they didn't have any interaction on the commanders. They can play the paratrooper as 1/2 again. Another paratrooper. That's still not gonna be enough because they can pump only once. That is 5. I can take 8 here now, but I will still remaining at 3 life. So they can't make an all-out attack. Actually, out of these ground guys, I can block only 3 out of 4. But it's still actually only 10 damage they can deal. Unless the 1 mana they will have left over is gonna be, you know, military discipline. If they have a military discipline in their hand, they will win. If they attack with everything. Well, I mean, if they have it all. Oh, they have also the... Well, they have the scrapbook cohort, but of course if they use that, they won't have mana for the paratrooper activation. So, yeah. The only way for them to win is to use the activation here, which leaves them at 1 mana. So, yeah, they can do that, but it's not really particularly amazing here. Yeah, I can take the 3, or I can block with the Power Stone Engineer. I guess the Engineer doesn't really do much, so I'm gonna actually get myself a Power Stone here. Okay, there is a Power Blade. So they have 3 blockers in the air. I think there's no point playing the Power Blade right now, or maybe there is actually. Well, I can play this and the Power Blade, so yeah, absolutely. Then I'm gonna trade the Cavalry with... Yeah, I don't have 2 non-creatures. So yeah, let's do this. Let's equip a soldier, which is this guy. And let's attack for 5, and then I have to block with the cavalry. I'm pretty... Unless they have the 1 card in their hand is gonna do something, which is not hopefully the case. Then I can play the wing commander here. And of course the paratroopers aren't amazing unless they leave 5 mana open. They still haven't been able to play the Warlords Elite, so the... where is it? Soul Partition did quite a good job there. Sadly I don't have another non-creature to save that guy, but this is fine. And then I can still equip this guy. Yeah, they kind of have to leave now 5 mana up, because otherwise... Well, I guess they can double block the 2/2 wing commander. If I don't draw a... Now I have an option to surveil in my upkeep, but I don't think I want to do that. I actually want to have this as a blocker if the opponent has some nasty stuff going on. Yeah, so... Let's see, I have a Descendant in the main deck and another one in the sideboard. I have seen a Prison Sentence and not really much else going on. So I don't think I'm gonna bring the other Descendant, but I might still have the one in the deck. Okay, Soulcoin Lantern. That is a prowess trigger here, but now they have the 5 mana up, +2 some, +2 still after that. So this can be 2/3s. But but that's not gonna help them actually, because both of these are lethal, so they can't double block. They need to have the 1 card in their hand has to be 2 mana interaction or 1 mana interaction. So absolutely I'm gonna do this. Plus I'm gonna draw a card here that might, you know, that might still give me some other options. And there's the final Commando. But yeah, I mean there's no reason to not go for it. They would have to jump block them both. Them being a 2/3s won't help. So if the final card in their hand won't help them, this is going to be very good attack now. Yep. And am I gonna play around mass removal? Not really when I have a hasty 3 power creature here. Although I could play the recruitment officer as well. But I may not play activate its ability, but I think I'm just gonna play the flyer here, and this is gonna still allow me to surveil for 1. So I think I'm gonna win now. Yep. Wing Commandos. Alright, so double Survivor of Callis, which really prevented my ground guys from attacking, but then again I have a lot of guys in the air. I will of course keep the officer because of the activated ability. Powerstone Engineer seems really weak here. Well, all the other stuff is gonna be good. The cohort is not good against the Corliss, but of course it's otherwise quite good, so I'm gonna keep it in the deck. Scatter Ray. Is that the only reasonable sideboard card? I mean, Pristine Talisman. Well, I mean, they have these flash guys. Maybe it makes sense. Sure, let's have a Scatter Ray instead of that Powerstone Engineer. Yeah, I didn't really see enough for the second copy of a Disenchant. No. the best target is the prison sentence, but already I have one disenchant in the deck, so this is, I think, good enough. One lander again. They kept 7. The lantern helps me a little bit, but I don't really see. I mean, yeah, this can't get me a land. This could get me a plains, but it requires me drawing 2 lands. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, keep this and well, I guess I can use both evolving wilds here, so because I don't have a very great, mana curve here, and I might even want to play the chromatic star after casting the wing commando. Who knows? Okay, they played an island. Sorry, plains, and then I'm just gonna get my own plains then. Next turn. Yeah, maybe it's better to play the star still. Thank God. Yeah, definitely now. Still, okay, well, now I see another good target for a disenchant here. So, gladly I have the one in my hand right now, but am I going to... No, there's not much sense in playing the wing command right now. I need to deal with the Seraph right away. So let's do that, and oh, sorry, this can't be recommissioned back because it's actually 6 drop, but I'm still gonna play the lantern now just to be mana efficient. I get to exile this. Okay, so I'm gonna play this now, and I don't mind actually. I should draw a card from this, but maybe I can draw it later. I don't mind trading here if I'm given the opportunity to do so, because then I can recommission it back. But if they have a 5th land now, which they do, I of course won't have such luxury. Both of these will have 3 toughness as a threat of activation, so... Okay, they actually chose not to attack. Weird. I can't block it for the reason I mentioned. Cavalry. I mean, there was no reason really not to attack with this guy. If I block, they're happy to, I guess if one blue can do something, I don't know. Of course, I don't like my chances here, but let's see. So ideally, I will trade with the paratrooper in combat, and then I can, lock down this with the subjugation. That's what I'm, hoping to do. This threatens to be a 3-4, which I can block with the power blade. Sure. Yes, I hope that things go my way a little bit. But of course the opponent can play around that, not attack with the paratrooper. Because I won't be able to block the cavalry, because they can threaten it to be a 4-5. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna take 7 here, I go to 6. There's no way I can go back. But I'm gonna play the other copy of a disenchant. And I don't need the scatter ray here now. Because they had the, Steel Seraph, Prison Sentence. That's 2 amazing targets for disenchant. And they have some, random other targets if I, happen to draw them and they don't have their good stuff. Yeah, this is it. This is the deck. No. I guess I have to trust the curate is gonna find me one of the good stuff. A 3-drop. Or, you know, a 2 or 3-drop. I mean, most of the deck's spells are, of course, very cheap, so I can find something with this. But I would just, you know, go out with creatures, but I don't really think mulliganing this hand is that great. Ah, they have a crown. Well, that's another target for a disenchant. Oh, come on. Recommission is good, but not in this situation. Oh man. This is awkward. This is awkward. Yeah, there's a take flight, but I need a creature. Yeah, I know I don't have like a ton of creatures in the deck, but I have some. Oh boy. Okay, well, that is good enough. Get rid of the crown right away. Now recommission actually works on artifacts too, so they can bring it back with the recommission. No, I don't like Super getting that because you know it still works. The ability is really good. I don't know. I have no. I have 13 creatures in the deck. I do actually have 13 creatures in the deck, and my top 14 cards out of 40 had no creatures. So the remaining deck I have here has 50% creatures. Or maybe I cut. Okay, I did actually cut the Power Stone Engineer, so I have 12 creatures. Still, drawing 14 cards or seeing 14 cards gave me no creatures. It's really messed up. Well, I mean, what the heck? I'm gonna have to just surveil here and hope that I find my other disenchant, and then, you know, they have nothing. Something like that. Ah, what a game. I actually choose Vigilance instead of Lifelink, which I'm happy about. Well, they just curve out in a great manner, so... Chaplain isn't doing that much, but it's one of my few creatures, so I suppose I'm gonna keep it here. I don't even have a second white here. Yeah, this is... I mean, this was really bad. Well, I mean, I just don't have any... Well, I guess if I still draw the Disenchant, which I didn't at least mill, that would have been crazy. But yeah, I milled my good rare creature, sadly. Hey, I was super... Okay. I misclicked over the blocks, but whatever. More cohorts, yeah, okay. Oh, it would have been so convenient to block the cohort. I could exile it right now. Wow. Well, I guess I'm gonna subjugate this guy. Play a land. Play this thing. Have the ambush paratrooper, but I'm gonna trade it with this cohort. Block one of the 1/1s. Lantern away the cohort. And draw a disenchant. I guess that's a plan. And the opponent still has 4 cards in their hand, so... Well, that was... Scatter Ray, I'm taking 5 now. Losing my board. And they have still something. I'm of course gonna concede if this... Yeah, okay. Well, what can I say? They just drew a lot better than I, so that was it. Okay, I suppose the star helps me cast the Power Stone Engineer. Then I can cast this on turn 3. So I'm gonna keep it. They also kept 7. Well, if I'm lucky, I'm gonna draw a planes on the next turn, then I can have a lead on that turn 3, but that requires being lucky indeed. Well, that's sort of a planes. Well, I mean, I can have a Warlord's Elite on turn 3. The Power Stone Engineer doesn't do much against the Prowler here. Because what I can do... I can... Oh, they have a Fog of War as well. So I'm gonna Soul God Lantern... you know, Soul God Lantern away. And then I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna get a planes with that thing. And then on the next turn I can play an untapped land, have the 3 mana, and then I can tap both these artifacts to cast, to pay for the elites. Cost, okay, they play a 2-1 flyer. Sure. So I suppose the rules go so that as an additional cost to cast this spell. No, wait a minute. Can I use this for mana while I tap this thing for the additional cost? I think there's like a... Yeah, I'm not sure if it's actually possible, but I don't even care that much. Because I can use this on the next turn for the next. I can crack this before I play any spell, so then I have the same information as if I drew a card now. Plus now if the opponent has like a Gixis Caris, it's better for me to not have the extra card in my hand, for them to be able to discard it if it's something, you know, better than my hand currently has. Take flight, well there it is. I haven't seen that thing a lot. So I have here, well I have 4 mana. I think I'm gonna play the Assembler as a 5-drop. So I'm not gonna play into the open mana. I mean, I'm not gonna play the take flight there, so I'm gonna try to deal some damage. Let's see what happens. They might have like a go for the throat. And maybe a giant growth. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they used this and a giant growth to deal with the elite. I can play the commando. Yeah, that's what it is. I guess I could crack this right now. I don't think there's anything that can save my guy though. Nah, I don't think there is. I'm still gonna crack it. There's no use having it there anymore. I'm going to play the Wing Commando here. Yeah, that wouldn't have saved me. But I have this now. Next turn I can have the Assembler. I can draw a card with this thing as well. No reason to exile anything from the graveyard. I mean, it would exile the entire graveyard, but I'd rather, of course, draw a card. Okay, well, that's something I can just block right now, so they can't even attack, because that would be a very good block for me. So they have only 1 forest and they play the Blanchwood Armor. I'm not scared. Okay, recommissioning gets me back a 5/5. Well, I could do that and the Wing Commando, or just play the Assembler, but I think I'd like that more. I'm gonna play this pre-combat to, you know, get the prowess trigger and then attack for 3. I don't really mind if they block with the armor. Any forest they play will make this guy a bigger one. Okay, I'm really happy about that block. This is not really a great play from the opponent, I must say, but like I said, maybe in this draft or in the previous one, sometimes you just have low experience players maybe in these traditional drafts. Because that was definitely not a... I mean, they shouldn't have played the Blanchwood armor there if they are gonna block with it anyway. I guess they wouldn't have been able to block the 3-3 with the 2-1, but they still lost the card for... I mean, quite easily there. Alright, so here I'm gonna play the Assembler. They don't have good blocks, so this is all fine. They're gonna jump block, which is also fine. Yeah, I don't think they have a good chance here now. I don't think there's like a bomb ready that's gonna kill all my guys. And that's only a 4-4 because they would have needed another swamp for this to be a 6-6. I could take flight, but I think I don't really bother yet. Because I don't mind if they double block the Warlord's Elite. And they can't get rid of this because this will be a 5-6. Even a double block won't help. I'd rather just play the Chaplain this turn. So, and the Engineer. So let's allow them to make the double block on the Elite. Oh please, opponent. I don't know what's going on. Well, they chose to do that, which was poorly chosen, I would say. I'll take the Wing Commando and I'll play the Engineer. And now, is there a mass removal effect that deals? I mean, Gix's command is a thing, but it only kills creatures with 2 power, so they would be able to kill my small creatures, make me sacrifice. You know, I guess Gix's command would have still been good there. Alright, now what to do? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take flight them. Poundstone. Okay, they didn't care about it. So I was gonna take flight the Poundstone Engineer. That would give me, you know, what, 6-7 damage in the air because of this prowess. And then they would have to jump block both of these ground guys. And they will go to 4. And they have no board. I'll lose no creatures. Sounds good. Okay. Any reason to play another disenchant? There's the Blanchwood armor and there's the Steel Exemplar. I think my 1 disenchant is good enough. Anything in my deck that's bad, like the Poundstone Engineer, 2 mana, 2-1. Well, I don't think there's anything that's much better than it. Like maybe a Scatter Ray, but I think I'm gonna keep the same deck. Okay. Again with this. I mean, I have 3 Evolving Wilds. Well, the opponent mulligans, so I guess it's fine. I'm gonna keep it because I do have the 2-drop, and if I draw any land in, what, 3 draw steps, I can cast the Chaplain. And they are now at 6, maybe thinking about going to 5. No, they kept 6, alright. Vermin, alright. Yeah, I don't know why I've seen a lot of people that mill me when they shouldn't definitely mill. I have unearthed creatures, or at least I could have them in my deck. I mean, it's not like they're gonna win by decking, so whatever. This is a good draw, but am I gonna play the Archaeologist? I have a lot of... I think I have 11 non-creatures in my deck. I'm gonna play the Paratrooper and continue with the race, and I'm not going to block the Vermin because they would just trade. Skullflare, okay, why would you do that pre-combat? I'm gonna play this but not block it. Okay, I wish I'd have blocked maybe because it's gonna pick this off at some point anyway. Well, I'm going to play the Chaplain, yeah, this is fine. Just curve out. Maybe I will... Okay, well I can't pick anything, so no. I was thinking about, you know, if I pick something I can just block the Vermin, and that's a fine trade. If this netted me a card, but it didn't, so I'm not going to block now. I'll take 3. They Why didn't the opponent attack? They are not going to block my flyers with these guys. They're happy to trade with the vermin. I couldn't block the skull flare. I didn't even have mana up. So I should be at 15 now. Alright, so I just play the wing commando, I guess. I mean, why not continue with the race? I might take now a little bit of damage when they attack with everything. I go to 12, but I have defensive plays available. I don't mind. That is a 5-4 now. So am I gonna block the women now that things changed a little bit? I'm taking 8. Going to 10. Not really worth blocking the 1 damage. I mean, I would be at 11 regardless. They also seem to have a giant growth there, which they're gonna cast right now. Okay. Interesting choice, but I take it. Of course, now I will have to be very defensive, but I can have the elite on the opportunist, but I do have to also, you know, factor in the possibility that they will draw a forest and make this into a 6-5. I can double block it though. So if I play this, I can play the elite and tap the recruitment officer and yeah, I'm gonna do that. Tap the recruitment officer and I guess the wing commander, because I'm not willing to block with that. I can block maybe with all the other guys. No attacks, I'm no longer winning the race, obviously. Okay, no forest, which means they don't have a good attack anymore. Yeah, I would block the opportunity. They can attack with the vermin to kill the officer, which is totally fine. I don't mind that. I'm not gonna take a 1 damage here. There's no point. Okay, so now I can consider some attacks, maybe. Yeah, I think I will attack with 1 wing commando now. Play the second one. I can deal a lot of damage. I mean, let's say I take flight on the Warlord's elite. That's 5. This prowess trigger, that's 11. This is lethal damage if they have nothing in their hand. Am I gonna go for it? So this will take flight on this thing. They have no way to block flyers. That's 5. This is 6 total. That's 11, 13, 14. I will lose if they have anything. That's the thing. But I will win if they don't have anything. I mean, I don't have to attack with everything, but let's see if they have a stop here. I mean, do they have a priority? Okay, they don't. Well, I mean, then I will just do this. That's exact. Alright. But if they had a priority there, it could have just been a pump spell, but it could be something like a Gaia's Might, which allows them to block a flyer, and then of course I will die with the backswing. I then wouldn't have, if they had a priority there in response to this take flight, I would only attack with, you know, the Warlord's elite and maybe 1 other guy to not die to their attack. But yeah, this was it. I think the first and third match were pretty easy. Second match was very challenging, but that's how it goes. And I guess I didn't really draw much creatures in the final game of the second match. And this deck was still quite good, and I would have been disappointed if I didn't finish at 2 match wins. Yeah, the wing commanders it's a really good one, because I mean, if you have 11 non-creatures, they often act as 3 mana 3/3 flyers, sometimes 3 mana 4/4 flyers, which is of course a good deal. Of course not defensively, because usually they are big only during your turn, unless you play them later in the game and have some instants, but when you attack with them they can be quite big. I think I played, well, I guess I never played the take flight. No, I did play in the very final attack, but this is a good card. I just didn't see it a lot in the event, but yeah, fine deck, but maybe not like a sick deck. So 2-1 is no, a result I can't be too unhappy about. Let's claim the prize here, and I will see you in the next video then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.